So I haven't been able to catch up with all the videos because I just got back this morning at like 2 a.m. I was in New York for... I don't have time to make a really good video because I got tons and tons of stuff to do tomorrow and I have to catch up with all the work that I've missed. So next week it'll be a proper video with New York stuff and like answering questions. So being in New York was the reason for not making a video last week. But all of you did get to see my really cool friend from Bristol, England, Jacob Dyer. And he's one of the very selected few people that I talk to from YouTube, outside of YouTube, like on MSN and stuff like that. It's cool that Whitney actually got him to sub for me, because I didn't even ask for him or anything, but it was like almost like a coincidence. And what gets really weird is that Whitney tells me that he's going to be in New York, so apparently, so I talked to him about it, and apparently he was going to arrive the day I was going to leave. So I was hoping to meet up with Whitney, but then whenever I called, no one picked up the phone, and then when I did actually get a hold of her, it was like 11 at night. And then what got really weird was that I went to the Virgin Megastore in Times Square with a few of my friends, and we only had like an hour to sort of explore and then go back to the theater where we were going to watch Spamalot. We see like a huge lineup outside. And we found out that David Archuleta, the runner-up from American Idol, was going to be there to do some sort of a sign. We were in that Virgin Megastore. We were walking, we entered the Virgin Megastore. This was before we found out David Archuleta was in the store. We were just like walking, and then I saw like a familiar face that I thought I'd seen before. Oh my gosh, that's Jacob Dyer. And they were like, who? Because my friends don't really watch YouTube and stuff like that. But then they were like, well, if you know the guy, go say hi to him. So I did. And he gave me a really big hug, and we had a nice conversation, and he's a really nice guy, so I'm really excited that I got to see him. And it was really cool. It was kind of awkward that like his whole family was there, but then they dispersed, and then it was just me and him. It was just such a coincidence because he's not even from New York. He's from England, and I'm not from New York. I'm from Canada, and we just happened to run into each other. So it was cool. He was really tired because he had just got off the plane, and he was just like in Virgin Megastore, and he was there to see the AC/DC concert, and it was really nice. He gave me a hug, and I thought it was really nice of him because I don't think he really was, his brain wasn't really functioning as well as it might have been if he had a good night's sleep. And he saw me, and he was just like, just quickly gave me a hug, even though he probably had no idea who I was at the time. And he also gave me this bracelet. I have to admit, I feel a little bit awkward carrying this bracelet around because he said that it traveled from Essex to Bristol to New York and I have to bring it back to Canada. So I wore it, and then some people in my grade were like asking me like, what is that? That looks really weird. And then I was like, oh, well, my friend from YouTube gave it to me. And immediately they were just like, oh my god, sketch. That guy's probably like a 50-year-old pervert. That's like the image to get. But it's not. It's Jacob. He's like 17. He's like freaking awesome. I feel it's kind of awkward because it's a chlamydia bracelet, and it says chlamydia. How do you know you don't have it? So I'm just wondering, like, who is the original owner of this bracelet? I was thinking of boiling it in hot water to kill all the germs and then wearing it. But I don't know. I'll have to talk to Jacob about that because it looks like it's been around. Like, the words are basically, they're kind of falling apart. I have to talk to Jacob about that because this is pretty sketchy. And I don't know how long Jacob has been wearing this band for. Another thing that was interesting about meeting Jacob was it was the first YouTuber outside of YouTube that I've ever met. Like, I've never met any YouTubers before. And he was the first one, so that was cool. Better video next week. Bye, TRV.